We are live.
Good morning, all.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm going to start the session in 1 minute. Let others to join. Good morning, all. I'm Dr. Rajita. I'm building AI agents for 9 years. Today's my goal is to tell you what are the real requirements to build the AI agents. Okay. So, how many of you are using ChatGPT or Claude? Yes, right? Very good. Good. So, here in today's class, we are going to find the difference between ChatGPT. What is this ChatGPT? We know that it is a large language model with API call. Whereas in today's class, we are not learning that how to give the prompt. We are not learning. We are going to learn how to build AI agents. Okay. So this is for the developers, right? So we know that developers are front end developers, logic developers, back end developers. There are different kinds of developers are there. What is their goal? They have to build the logic. If any errors are there, they need to rectify that. They need to build it. They have to come up with deterministic output. That is what we are observing. Right. Now, we wanted to build agents. Okay. So, those who are building agents, that person we are calling them as agent engineer. Whereas this agent engineer can also build the system. Remember that agent engineer has the capability to build the system. To build that system, you have to know what features are required for agent engineer. Okay. At the same time, what are the capabilities are there for AI agent also? You know that AI agent can plan, act, and learn also. Three capabilities are there for AI agent. What are they? Plan, act, and learn. These capabilities are there for AI systems. So, whenever we wanted to develop AI system, agent engineer has to think in that direction. So, why we have to learn? Because in 2026, okay, if you want to transit from traditional development to agent engineer development side, means some career growth if you are expecting, this is going to be helpful. Not only career growth, you can get improvement from your salary side also. Okay, so this is the advantage of learning AI agents in 2026 for career growth, and evolution is happening. If you want to part of that revolution, so what you have to do, you have to improve your capabilities from traditional development to agent engineer. Now you got the clarity, right? What is the use of these AI agents? AI agents are having some capabilities. So those capabilities we wanted to implement. So if you implement that one, you will become agent engineer. Okay. So before starting this session, we have a elephant in our room. What is that elephant? Chat GPT writes my code now. Am I being replaced? what skills still matter? Okay, so all these questions are coming into your mind. Remember one thing, ChatGPT writes the code. Okay, before that, just think, ChatGPT, is it a system or is it a tool? What is it? I wanted to know it from you. Is it a tool or is it a system? Yes, it is a tool. It is not a system. So don't afraid of ChatGPT. Okay. So before understanding what is AI agent, first we have to get the clarity on ChatGPT. So what is this ChatGPT? We know that ChatGPT is only text generator. That's it. Okay. And it is a one-shot tool, and also it is driven by the human, and it is giving prototype only. It is a starting point for us. Okay, if you want to build AI agent, what I told, it requires three things: plan, action, learning. Okay, for planning, action, learning, we require some properties. Why? If you want to build the system, some steps or some properties are required. These properties are not there for ChatGPT. So you can take away. ChatGPT is not writing your code. You have to use ChatGPT as a tool. That is very, very important, because ChatGPT is not having any memory. Okay, it cannot execute any actions. It cannot call APIs. It cannot take decisions. It cannot run automatically. So you are not replaced by ChatGPT. Not only ChatGPT, any LLMs which are having APIs. Okay, you are not replaced by these LLM APIs, because what powers are there for agents, those powers are not there for LLM APIs. Just think, LLM API is part of AI agent. We are going to use LLM APIs to build AI agent. That is the first important for us. What is that? We are going to use LLM APIs for building AI agents. Is it clear? So, if you want to develop AI agents, it is a system. It has three properties. To develop these three properties, we have to use LLM APIs. They are only part of that. They are not end result. They are not end result. They are part of it. We have to use them properly. Okay. So, one big question came away from our brain. It's gone away. Okay. Still, we are getting some doubts. Yes, if I ask any question, ChatGPT is giving code, right? How much code it is giving? Only 50 lines of code. That one, in AI building, we have to call that one as prototype. It is not the final result. If you have a time after this class, just ask ChatGPT, build AI agent for, give one scenario. It is going to generate, but that is not end result. It is a prototype. Because if you want to develop AI agent system, we required architecture, we required design, we required design patterns, we required reasoning, we required memory, we required orchestration. Is it going to given by the chat GPT? No. Okay. Still, in case if you have any doubts regarding chat GPT, it is doing everything for me. It is not doing everything for you. You have to do on your own for developing AI agents. What are they? Those are called as 7 AI skills. In this class, you are going to learn those 7 AI skills. Okay, using the tool. Okay, using the tool, we are building AI agents. Okay, that is our motto. Today's class, what is our motto? We are building AI agents. It is a system. Okay, it is not a tool. To develop the system, we required some steps. Those steps we are calling them as AI skills, because ChatGPT is going to give us only 50 lines of code. It is called as prototype. Okay. So that prototype is not going to replace you. Whatever building capabilities, developing capabilities, whatever thinking capabilities you have, we have to use them. At the same time, LLM APIs for getting AI agents. Okay. Then, one more doubt is coming into in our mind. Why I have to learn this? Because our journey, career journey is not like a normal path. It is a climbing styles. Okay, we have to climb. So, how we have to climb? According to the scenario, we have to climb. See this scenario? I have not written from 2000. Just I started with 2010. In 2010, we have a only rules. Using rules, we learn how to develop library management, how to implement library management. That time, rules are required. Rule based scenarios are there. Database connectivity is required. Some programming skills are required. Using that, we prepared some rules. We developed library management, student management, employee management, payroll management. This type of rules we learned and we developed that. We did not stop over there. In 2018, machine learning coming into picture. We learned that. Then what we have done? We started implementing about predictions. Okay, so what could be the tomorrow's temperature? We predicted what is going to happen for this person, and we predicted health. Okay, you take any domain, this prediction we implemented. Remember one thing, that prediction is on only numbers, not on text. Machine learning, whenever you are thinking, it is not on natural language. That is different. Prediction is on only numbers. Okay, so that's why what happened after that, they started using prediction for text. Whenever prediction is applying on the text, that one we have to call it as natural language processing, NLP, which is the origin for our large language models. Okay, if you observe large language models, how you are communicating? Are you communicating with numbers? No, you are communicating with your language. Okay, using English language, you are communicating with large language models. Okay, so what is the use of these large language models? They are the next versions of ML models having natural language processing capability. So that's why we used large language models for text generation. Okay, so we learned that how to use LLMs, what APIs are required, how to download, how to fine tune, and what applications we can build by using large language models we learned. Okay, in 2025, what is the buzzword here? Agents are coming into picture. Okay, now what we have to do? Okay, agents are coming. How to use that agents? We have to think. We have to think agents for production development. Okay, so our journey is a evolution journey. Software is also a evolution journey. This evolution has to come into one revolution. Okay, that revolution is nothing but developing the productions. What type of productions we want? Agent productions are required. See, all these are the examples you are using in your work life. Divin AI, MS Copilot, AWS Bedrock, all these are not research. Okay, these are the products. How these products they develop? They develop these products by using AI skills. Whatever steps are required for developing AI skills, they use those steps, they develop these products. Okay, so now we are developing products which are having agentic capabilities, which are having agent capabilities. So, two questions I'm answering here. Is it required to learn AI engineering in this scenario? Yes, because in 2025 agents are coming into picture. Now what we have to do? We have to use them for AI agent system development. Okay, you know what is a system? Take example operating system. It is having different tasks. Okay, if you want to develop any operating system which is having the word system, whenever system is there, what you have to remember? Different tasks are required. Here also for AI agents also different tasks are required. Those tasks you have to learn in 2026. Why? For career transition. Why all these things are required? So we have to go with this evolution. Career transformation is also required. So you have to transfer from traditional in software engineer to AI engineer. So what you have to learn? AI systems you have to learn. Then no one is going to replace whatever it is coming. Now you are upgrading yourself so you can develop AI skills. Okay. Now we will get one more doubt. Is it going to be helpful in other domains? Yes, you take any domain. Here I have given only 6 domains, whereas I will ask you other domains also. First one is because whenever rule-based systems are coming into picture, the first one is the Amazon web. Amazon, okay, they started developing different management systems. Now they are also using AI agents. Why AI agents are required for e-commerce business? Just I have given Amazon as example. All e-commerce websites, these AI agents are very, very important. Reason, dynamic pricing. Okay, we need to develop agent. What this agent has to do? It has to scrap different websites. It has to understand what is the relevant product, which product is having demand. Okay, what is the suitable price for that product. Okay, is it a correct price or not? It has to decide. Okay, in that scenario, AI agents are required. So in e-commerce, what is the scenario for dynamic pricing of agents? Okay, in that scenario, dynamic pricing agents are required. Why it is required? Auto adjusting price based on the competitors, based on the demand. For all these things, this dynamic pricing agent is required. So now, if you learn these capabilities, AI agent capabilities, you will be in a position to develop dynamic pricing agent. Then, very important domain is healthcare domain. In healthcare domain, we want fast output and accurate output. If you want fast output and accurate output, we have to build one agent in such a way that it has to take patient details. Then it has to route the patient to the proper doctor. Okay, so we can save the time, or else patient has to enter into that particular hospital and taking the appointment. It is a time consuming process. Okay, to avoid that, what we have to do, we have to route the patient to the particular doctor based on the symptoms. In case if it is emergency, it is going to route that person to that emergency ward. In case if it is normal one, corresponding doctor. So like that, our agents are giving fast routing for the patients and for a good accuracy for the results also. So patient triage agents are very important. And the other one, most important one is BFSI domain. In BFSI domain, still research is happening on fraud detection. What is this fraud detection? Anomaly. Okay, we keep on writing papers on anomaly detection. We keep on developing different systems for anomaly. Whereas by using agents, what are the different design patterns are there? Using those design patterns, if you fine tune our agent with this different design patterns of fraud detection, then it can there itself, whenever fraud is happening, there itself that agent is going to stop that fraud. Okay, so BFSI domain is going to rock by implementing fraud detection agents. What they have to implement, they have to stop this fraud. Okay, they can stop fraud there itself. Okay, no need to go for backtracking, some approval. After approval, some whatever manager has to approve that. All these things we can bypass. Using agent, it can take the proper action. It can stop fraud there itself. Catch suspicious transaction at real time. That is very important. And this is important for SaaS based supporting agents. Why it is required? Tickets. Okay, if you take the tickets, okay, those tickets has to be resolved by the agents. How it has to resolve those tickets? It has to observe two things. Okay, it has to search the web. At the same time, whatever database that domain is having, that ticket could be any kind of ticket, networking ticket, infrastructure ticket, production ticket, whatever ticket it is. Okay, it has to check web. At the same time, internal domain also, it has to find the answer. It has to resolve the ticket. What advantage we are going to get? Whenever we are getting the ticket, okay, we have a time limit. Within the time limit, our agent is giving the response. In case that agent was unable to give the response, it is going to send email to the proper person. Okay, I was unable to find the solution for this, so just complete this ticket. Okay, so what we can able to achieve here, we answer the tickets autonomously. Okay, and we can reduce the time. Instead of keep on pending on the ticket for more than 24 hours, what we can reduce, we can reduce that time. Okay, so here also we can use agents. Okay, that agents we have to call them as support agent. And very important for students, not only students, we are also students, right? What we want personalized tutor. Okay, according to my capability, it has to generate what is the topic I need to understand, how I need to understand. We are thinking. Okay, instead of thinking on our own, we can share our idea to this personalized tutor. It is going to give you, today you read this biology and complete this task. Okay, by the end of this day, you are going to complete about this plantation, or you are going to complete some other task. You have to share your ideas. Okay, your personalized tutor is going to give you how much you can able to read and what are the tasks you can able to complete. Like that, it will guide you. Then no need to spend time on your cell phone. Just you have to spend time on this personalized tutor. Nowadays, most of the companies they started building these personalized tutors. It may be using LLMs or it may be using agents. But what I suggest, use LLM as part of agents. Then you will get personalized tutor, okay, that can adapt to each student's pace. That is very very important. Adapt to each student pace is very very important. And the last one, here I'm not taking very complicated example, just I'm taking HR example. In HR, what is very important for them? Scrutiny of resume. Okay, biasing should not be there. What is the JD? Okay, is that resume is having that score, JD and resume score, it has to be calculated by this agent. Okay, agent is going to calculate the score and it has to send the mail to that person. Okay, so one person, that scrutiny person involvement should not be there. Who has to scrutiny? Behalf of that person, agent has to scrutiny. What advantage you are going to get? Biasing will not be there. Act, apt person, the correct person will be scrutinized by this agent. Okay, so what we are achieving? Efficient result. What is the what is the end result? Efficient result we are getting. Okay, wherever we are having the problem, we need to think. Here, AI agent is having the capability to build. Yes, in that scenario, take the AI agent, build it, get the result, and get the result with good accuracy. Okay, if you want to get good accuracy, avoiding the latency, in that scenario, we have to go for agents. Here, I have given 6 domains only. Now, are you getting any idea other than this one? If anybody is having idea, please let me know. Yes, recently Andrew Ng's student, he proposed one agent. That agent is taking paper. Okay, whatever journal or whatever conference paper is there, it is going to take that paper, it is evaluating and it is giving its results in the sense, it is at par with this journal, or these many changes are required. Okay, how human is analyzing the agent, like how human is analyzing the paper, like that agent is going to analyze. What you can able to avoid? Biasness. Okay, biasness will not be there. It is going to come up with proper, uh, what are the things are there in that paper. Okay, these are the pros, these are the improvements, like that. It is coming with that result analysis of the paper is coming from that agent. Recently Andrew Ng student has prepared that. At the same time, one more person, what he has done, he prepared the paper. Okay, whatever implementations are there in that paper, that agent also prepares that. And paper implementation result and agent implementation results also we can compare. Okay, so here these results are not cooking results, these are the accurate results. In that scenario also we can use. Okay, so just we have to think how we have to implement, where we have to implement. These two things are important for agents, then no one is going to replace you. Okay, so these are the scenarios for agents. So what I'm telling? I'm telling that ChatGPT is a tool. Okay, not only ChatGPT, all these LLMs which are having APIs are the tools. We have to use those tools for developing AI agent systems. Okay, we are developing AI agent systems. So before developing that systems, you have to know whether it is required in domains or not. Yes, they are required for the domains. That part we got the clarity. Okay, then what is the next one? If you want to develop, I am telling that some skills are required. What are those skills? These are known skills only, but we are writing in a proper order. This one we have to call it as 7 staggered skills. These are called as 7 staggered skills. What are they? Architecture, memory, safety guardrails, reasoning, tool orchestration, deployment, monitoring. Okay, this is the order. What is the order? First, architecture is required. In each and every slide, I'm going to explain each and every skill. Second one is reasoning. Third one is memory design. Fourth one is tool orchestration. Fifth one is safety and guardrails. And sixth one is deployment and monitoring. All these things are not done by LLM APIs. We have to do that. Okay. If you implement all these things, then you will become AI agent. Okay. AI agent engineer. You will become AI agent engineer. Okay. What is this orchestration? Okay, here orchestration is nothing but while you are developing agents, you have to store, you have to build different kinds of files. Okay, first file is called as core logic. Okay, then second one is called as testing. Again, in source also, what agent you want to develop. Okay, then after agent, what tools are required? Here, tools in the sense what LLM APIs are required. What is the memory I have to use? These things you have to include first. Then after that, what is the next one? Testing related folder is also required. Testing one also we are integrating with that. Then deployment, monitoring, and on top of that, environment file and what are the packages you want to include. All these things you have to make it into your architecture. Here, I showed only one architecture. In this architecture, you have to decide about what design patterns are required. Is it microservice or monolithic? Or any API contracts are required? Any data flow architecture is required? All these things you have to decide in this architecture. Architecture in the sense design patterns. What type of service I have to include? How to control API calls? And what is the data flow? All these things who has to decide? AI engineer has to decide. Okay. So this one we are going to address in our classes. So first one is design patterns. Design patterns we are covering. In the design pattern only we are going to discuss about core logic, unit, Docker, metrics and secrets. Secrets are nothing but API keys. That is first one. And reasoning. Okay. Here you know that ChatGPT we are using. Is it a non-deterministic system or deterministic system? What is meant by deterministic system? If you ask what is the value of 2 plus 3 to deterministic system, it is going to say it is 5. Means solid results if you are getting. Every time if you give 2 plus 3, always it gives 5. That type of systems are called as deterministic systems. Okay. They are not going to change your output. Same output it is going to give you for same question. Whereas if you observe ChatGPT, is it giving you same answer for same question? No. Okay. If you ask ChatGPT, write a email for particular purpose. I'm not telling the purpose. You decide the purpose. Okay. So ChatGPT is generating email. Tomorrow, same question you ask ChatGPT. Is it going to give the same output? No. It is not going to give you same output. So that type of systems we have to call them as non-deterministic system. By taking non-deterministic system, how can you get the proper output? That is the big question. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to control the output. For controlling that output, there are different mechanisms are there. JSON validation and pydantics. Then you have to control the output by using rubrics. After that, human in the loop, very, very important. And last one, log every decision. You have to log every decision. Who has to control that log? Human or AI engineer has to control. So reasoning validation is not part of the tool. Reasoning validation is part of human. That human is called as AI engineer. In our classes, we are going to concentrate on what is the well-structured reasoning validation we are going to cover. Why it is required? We are using non-deterministic system. From the non-deterministic system to proper output, how to get. Okay, for that we require some steps. Those steps we are going to cover in our classes. Okay, you are understanding, right? The first one is architecture. First, you have to come up with the design. After design, next one is reasoning. Okay, now I got the architecture, I got the reasoning. Means what is my input? What is the output? You got it. Okay, based on that input and output, you are deciding what are the layers are required. Those layers are nothing but architecture. Layers are ready and which type of output you want, it is ready. On top of that, what is the next one? Memory, because you need to store your input, you need to store your output. Whereas here it is not normal memory. It has to remember current scenario, it has to remember past scenario. While it has to give the output, it has to consider two things. Okay. So what are the things it has to remember? Two things. Short memory, long memory. Okay. So short memory in the sense, what is the task related to that? It has to remember. And what is long memory? What type of questions we are asking currently as well as past also. Past history also it has to carry forward, because we know AI agent is having three conditions: plan, act, and learning. Okay. For planning, what it has to understand? It has to understand old scenarios also. Okay. So, old scenarios also it has to remember. Not only current scenario, old scenario. Like a human. Okay. How we are recollecting past memories. Like that, our agent has to remember past examples. So, current memory, which is called as short memory, past memory, which is called as long memory. At the same time, it has to take the decision. It cannot take decisions on its own according to the domain. The domain may be e-commerce, the domain may be enterprise, that domain may be health. So what is the particular domain? That domain related knowledge base we have to maintain. Where we have to maintain? In RAG or vector DB or in document. What is the suitable according to that example? We need to consider. According to that system, we have to decide. So knowledge base is required for taking actions. Two things are required. One is knowledge base, means particular domain, and on top of that, action history. Okay, it has to remember that action history. These two things are very, very important. Okay. So, based on actions and based on the memory, it is coming with the result. It is coming with the result. So, third one, what we completed? Memory. Can you guess what could be the fourth one? Yes, tools. Here, it is not working with, it is not a single system. Okay. It is not a standalone system. It has to coordinate. Okay. In this coordination, I will tell you one scenario. Okay. We are three friends, me, Deepa, and Kavya. We wanted to plan one tour. How we are going to plan? We need to check what is the nearest distance. I am staying in Mumbai, Deepa is staying in Kharagpur, and Kavya is staying in Bangalore. So, where we wanted to visit, which place we wanted to visit, that is important. Okay. So then what is the required thing? Design pattern. Okay. What design pattern is suitable for us to reach particular place? So we decided we wanted to reach Goa. Okay. After deciding that, what we have to remember? Previously any mistakes we have done. Okay. We need to check our short memory and long memory. After that, we have to orchestrate some tools. What are the tools? Is Kavya having any meetings or not? Is Deepa is having any meetings with professor or not? Okay, Rajita is having any classes or not? We need to decide. Okay, then what is the required thing? Calendar is required. On top of that, here I included Gmail, Slack database. On top of that, what we have to observe? We need to observe our balance. Okay, whether we have balance to reach. Okay, so do we have sufficient funds or not? We need to check that. So we need to check that one. So a UPI API is also required. After that, we have to travel. Okay, so traveling agent is also required. So how many things we are coordinating? Different things we are coordinating for one trip. Like that, agent has to coordinate for completing the task. Are you understanding this correlation? In real life, if you are planning anything, orchestration is required. What is orchestration? Different tools you have to combine, right? Ticket booking, hotel booking, how to travel, when to travel, do I have sufficient funds or not? All these things we are coordinating. That coordination is called as orchestration. In agent also, it has to coordinate different tools. Tool coordination is very, very important. That is called as tool orchestration. So this tool orchestration also we are going to teach you in our classes. Gmail APIs for emails, Slack APIs for messages, calendar APIs for scheduling, database queries for data, and function calling for patterns. So here this agent is going to coordinate with all the APIs. Proper coordination is important. Which one has to come first? Which one has to come second? That coordination is very, very important. So orchestration is very, very important, which is called as tool orchestration important skill. Okay. Now everything is ready. Means we decided the pattern and we decided the output, how to coordinate we completed, memory is important. Everything we completed. Then what is very, very important? Guardrails. You might have heard about regarding LLMs. They are giving some output which is not correct for the humans. Okay, how we are talking with polite manner. Okay, that polite kind of output we are expecting from our agents. Okay, if it is not happening, what is going to happen? It is a nightmare for the CTO. Okay, it is a nightmare for the CTO. So, what type of problems he is going to get? Agent sends wrong email or it exposes the information and it violates the rules. Here, what are the rules are there? According to the system, we have to follow some rules. Is it violating the rules? Okay, without human interaction, is it sending that particular mail? All these things we have to control. Otherwise, it will take its own actions. It's not correct. We need to control that output. You need to control the end result. To control the end result, safety measures are very, very important. What is the first one? Content filters. Then human approval flow, policy enforcement, audit logs, kill switches. These are very, very important. In detail, we are going to discuss all these things in our classes. But this is very, very important. What is that? Safety and guard rules. Why it is required? Important for sending the emails, when to call that person, how many members I need to call, this content is correct or not. For all these things, it is very, very important. At the same time, policy also very, very important. For whom I am developing, what policies they are following. Suppose you are developing for banks, what policies they have to follow? RBI policies you have to follow. For insurance, IRDA policies you have to follow. According to the domain, what policies are there? You have to follow those policies. Otherwise, it will be a nightmare for the CTO. And the next one is deployment. Okay. So all these things I'm going to implement in my laptop, I'm going to get the result. But that is not the scenario, right? What you have to do? You have to apply the Git. From Git, it has to reach the GitHub. From that GitHub, it has to be there in the Docker. From the Docker, you have to store it in the cloud. These many steps you have to follow. Is our LLM APIs are going to do that? No. Who has to do that? AI engineer has to do that. What are the steps you have to follow? How to deploy AI agents in a cloud? Some steps are there. What are the steps? First, you need to complete local environment setup. Then store it in the Docker file, means containerization is required. Then store it in the Kubernetes for orchestration. CI/CD pipeline is required. After that, environment management is required. These steps you have to follow. What steps you have to follow for deployment? We are going to teach in our class. Then, last one is monitoring. Why monitoring is required? These are the things we have to control. We want accurate results. We verified the domain related AI systems, right? Accurate results. If it is not giving, what is the use of developing AI agents? So, we need to check the accuracy. Whenever it is reducing the accuracy, human has to control. Means AI engineer has to control why it is happening. Is it because of the API call, whatever I am using? Or is it because of the cost, or is it because of the database? What is the reason? It has to find it out. Okay, then latency. Response time is very, very important. Cost has to be controlled and error rates has to be controlled. Human edits are also be there. So all these things are coming under key metrics. Why these key metrics are required? After deployment. So we are going in a flow. If you observe that, we are going in a flow. After deployment only these metrics are required. After deployment, we are not leaving you. We are going to teach you what metrics are required after deployment. We are highlighting these metrics. Okay. Now, whatever things I explained, okay, she is explaining. So, is it going to there any demo or not? Yes, one demo is there. What is the demo? Everybody is attending meetings, right? In your office, it could be 1 hour meeting, 2 hours meeting, 3 hours meeting. So, that meeting is having some conversation. Okay, that conversation, after conversation, we are getting some emails, maybe on the same day or next day, but are we can we able to backtrack that what happened in that meeting? Am I getting the same email? That backtracking is happening or not? Whenever more time is consuming, we cannot backtrack that. After meeting, within 1 hour, if I get a mail, I can able to understand, okay, this meeting happened. This is my agenda. I need to complete this agenda by tomorrow. That the flow is required for each and every person, right? So that is the scenario. What is the scenario? After meeting, what are the action points are there? Those action points has to reach my email. Can I get this one from my chat GPT or from the cloud or copilot? Just you have to give that input. It is going to give you some summary. Whereas orchestration is not going to happen. Memory cannot be there. And what are the actions I have to take? It cannot do that. So for that scenario, we required a agent. So my agent is taking the input. Okay. That input will be processed by architecture. That architecture is having memory. And I have to control the output. After controlling the output, I need to orchestrate. After orchestration, I need to get the result. After getting the result, I need to deploy. Then key metrics are required. This is the flow. Okay. So first, let me show you the result. So this is a agent. What is the agent? Meeting notes I am giving and action items of the agent it is giving. Okay. So this is the input. Meeting notes is the input. This agent is going to give action item. Okay, if you give the same input to chat GPT, it is not going to give, just it is going to give you summary. Okay, action items, draft follow, draft follow up emails. Okay, all the things are going to become under this agent only. So this is the draft. So I deployed in the local host. After that, we are going to deploy in Kubernetes. Okay, this is the meeting happened. So this meeting I am giving in the text. Remember that after this I am going to ask you one question. I am giving input in a text format. Process meeting. See this one? It is processing. Who is processing? Whatever orchestration I build, it is processing that. So initially it is giving the summary. Even any tool can able to give that summary, but it is a system. So what capabilities I have given? Action points for each and every person. See, prepare marketing campaign plan. Then who is the owner? Owner is Priya. Owner is Priya. Then Ravi. Okay, owner is Ravi. What is the due date? After that, complete budget tracker. Owner is Anjali. And what is the due date? What is the priority? Okay. After that, agent, what it has to do? Agent has to send the email. Our any LLM APIs are going to send this email? No. If you develop this type of AI agents, it is giving the draft. Any edits are required, you can do that edit. Once you save the draft, in place of this save draft, you can add send email also. You can approve. After approval, you can send the mail. See, what our task is very easy and efficiently we are building our systems. You can build these systems using traditional method also. It is going to take the time. Okay, now what we are doing, by learning 7 AI skills, you can build this type of AI agents. Give the input, process that, orchestrate it. Whatever actions you want to do, you can do that. You can reduce the error, you can improve the efficiency. You can reduce the error, you can improve the efficiency. All these things you can do by reducing the latency. Latency is also very less. Accuracy is high and latency is less. All these capabilities we can build. Okay, when we can build, if you learn these AI skills. Okay, now you have seen the output. Now I will show you what is the orchestration. See this orchestration, our secret keys we have to store it in environment variable. Okay, this agent is having actual orchestration. This app is for front end development. And what are the packages are required? On top of that, you can store the memory and you can store the API calls and whatever Gmail is there, Gmail related design pattern also you can include. Okay. So first, what you have to decide, what is the input, what is the output. After that, architecture. After architecture, orchestration. After orchestration, deployment and metrics. Whatever we discussed, everything we can able to implement. Now you got the clarity, right? What is our flow? We started with tool. That tool is having some capabilities. Those capabilities are not sufficient for 2026. We wanted to build a system. System should have some capabilities. Those capabilities we are calling as 7 AI skills. Those 7 AI skills we have to learn. Once we learn, we have to build AI agents. We can build AI agents in different domains. Then what advantage I'm going to get after developing all these things? Any advantage we are getting? Okay, these are the steps, demo steps. Okay, so what is the advantage? Uh, this is the advantage. You will not now junior developer, senior developer. You will become AI engineer and agent architect also. So what we are teaching you, developer plus AI collaboration is going to improve your capabilities. At the same time, 2 to 3x improvement will be there in your career also. Okay. So 2 to 3x improvement you can expect in your career also. If you want to join in this course, okay, so outside, take any university, they are giving for 1,50,000, whereas we are giving for 15,000. Okay. For enrollment, you can contact this person. If you want, take this one, take this screenshot. If you want any slides, just send hi message to this number. We are going to share these slides also. For enrollment also, contact this person. Okay. Now it is the time for, if you have any doubts, I'm happy to address your doubts. I'm happy to address your doubts. Please ask your doubts. Priya, can you check from your side? If no doubts are there, we can stop this. We can end the session. Okay, thank you everyone. We are ending the session. If you have any doubts or if you want to know about our coming AI classes for the developers, please contact this number and this is the website. Please go through this website. Thank you all. Have a nice day.